Hi, my name is Phil, and you are watching Fire Wrench Garage. Come on and let's go ahead and get started on today's project. Alright, we're starting to rebuild the seat now. You can see there the white pieces are the start of the frame for the bottom of the seat. This seat was completely rotted out, as I was showing in the first part of the video. Old marine plywood which just disintegrated. Mice got into the padding and ate that up. So I'm starting to cut out the parts and pieces, and I'll kind of do a fast forward through it to not, so you can kind of see what's going on. Alright, we're back with got the pieces of wood cut out. It's marine grade plywood. So the bottom white piece here is a high density plastic, or you'd use it for like exteriors, but it works pretty good for this. Obviously waterproof. Above that we have 1/2 inch marine grade marine grade plywood, and then on top of that, then we've got our actual seat plywood. This is a 1/4 inch. This is not marine grade, so I'm going to have to coat this so that it has some waterproof ability on it, and then I'm going to wrap it in like a window wrap waterproofing membrane so that it is 100% waterproof. There's just no other way to do it, unfortunately, otherwise I would do it a different method. They don't sell marine grade plywood in 1/4 inch, at least in my area. So this is what I'm doing. So we've got these pieces all cut out. I'm going to wrap everything in the membrane, and then I'm going to attach the foam to that, doing cutouts for the radiators, which the radiators go underneath. There's one in there right now just so I could mock things up. I still have to clean those up, get them thoroughly cleaned out with some CLR to get all the corrosion and stuff out of the inside. You can kind of see some of the mouse residue still on the outside of them too, but I'm going to clean those up so they look brand new before I get them installed. But I'm going to put all this together, get everything wrapped, and then get the foam put on. And I still have to shape the foam too. What I ended up having to do was 3 pieces of foam. It's exterior closed cell foam, and then I'm going to have to shave it down and make the profile of the seat. See, this is the profile, or that's the old seat foam. So I've got to cut out for this angle, a little bump up there, and then bring it down to an angle to the front to match the tank. So that's what I've got to do on the other foam that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and put that together, and then we'll come back to you. Alright, I've got everything wrapped. Well, not everything, but the main part here. So as you can see, I'm using Pella window wrap, but this stuff is, as most contractors know, this stuff is real sticky, and this stuff is double wrapped. So there is no wood showing. There's no the plastic piece on the bottom that's meeting right up to it. Everything is fully encapsulated, right? So there's just no way that water is ever going to get, well, I suppose there's always a chance that water could get in there, but it's going to be a lot better than the way it was in the original, on the original seat. You can see here on the bottom of this original one, of course the stuff's all off on this side, but this is completely rotted out. If they would have had something like that on there, probably would still have been fine outside of the mice damage there. So there's that part, and then the top, the seat's actually going to get attached to, is wrapped. This is the bottom side, so I'm going to put that down like that, and then I'm going to attach this board to this main frame. The glue that I'm using is a marine grade glue, so what I'm going to probably do is just do this Pella wrap around the outside of this. I just don't know how well that glue is going to stick. to this tape because it's a foil tape. So I may just kind of wrap it a little bit over the edges so that it's there. Spray this really good with that glue before I put the foam on. But that's kind of what it looks like there. Fully wrapped frame. This part's going to go down. This will be nice too because this is basically the radiator for a liquefier. So there's two of them on each side here, and what happens is when the snow gets kicked up by the tracks, on the bottom side of this it's got fins, and that snow hits that and that cools the motor down versus having air blow through it. So it's a unique design. I've never seen it. Obviously most modern ones have a radiator up front, but in this John Deere, especially the 77, this is the style they went with. And then the foam, of course, is cut around this piece, and then the tubes run up through here to the front of the engine. So I'm going to go ahead and get this attached, and then start molding on the seat, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, well, now I've got the foam kind of cut, and I just kind of draped that cover over the top. I pinned it in a couple spots just to make sure that all my cuts are where they're supposed to be. Now I pretty much just have to make sure that that cover is situated where it's supposed to be. Tuck in that spot for where the rear tail light comes in. And just get it nice and pulled tight everywhere. And then, yeah, then the seat will be done. There's a lot of work getting that foam cut to the right size, but just take your time and it works out just fine. But they're just preliminary of the seat. I'll come back when I get everything perfectly situated on there and all done and tight. Alright, we've got the seat done. See, it's all nice and tight and the way it's supposed to be. Turned out pretty good. Not bad for a custom seat. I had to do everything from scratch on this, so the foam, the bottom boards, everything. Painted the brackets to hold on the gas tank. Gas tank's just to mock things up. Still empty, no motor in it yet. Still working on that part. And then we've got the hood, got that sanded down, and there was a couple of cracks in it, so I got all of that ground out in refiberglass. That's still drying, and then I epoxied a couple small cracks that were starting. Fiberglass the inside, epoxy the outside, and we'll see how that works. If it doesn't work exactly how I want it, then I'll fiberglass the outside too. But that's the hood sanded down. Somebody tried to do a bed liner on it, which is never a good thing. A little hard to get back off, but a couple hours later we got it sanded down. And here's the old sled, or the donor sled if you want to call it that, because we've got a new tunnel that I just showed you. We put the seat on. In the process of getting the motor out, got the clutch off today. And I still got to get the primary, that's pretty well stuck. And then of course pull the skis and all that running gear off. The handlebars and all of that off. I did get the track off today too. Tank's pulled out. And yeah, you gotta see this, guys. It's pretty amazing what some farm ingenuity. So there's the running gear for the bottom of it. Right there, I've got that pulled out, so I got to rejuvenate that, pull it all apart, replace that shock. But then we go over here, we got ourselves a farm lift kit. So they made brackets. This one's really bent. This went in the front side, and then they riveted everything together. And then look what they use for spacers, guys. Sockets. So we got a socket set. I don't know what they were trying to exactly achieve with that. Kind of interesting that you'd use sockets for that, but hey, they are all the same height. So I guess that's a plus. So that's where we're going to end the video today. Got a lot done today. Good feeling on this project. It's been sitting in the shop for a while. I have some of the other videos you've seen working on that Honda 350 SL. Oh, the other thing I got done today, of course, it's a multi-process, so there's the radiators for this. I got them all scrubbed up and cleaned out. Still have to do a little bit of wire wheeling on the ends and whatnot. Airbox pulled apart and cleaned up. A lot of grease and stuff on there, so we'll rejuvenate that. All the aluminum parts, you can kind of see some of those up here. They cleaned up really nice. Did a little bit of aluminum brightener on them, and then I'll polish them out as well so they look just like brand new. But that worked out really well. So that's what we've got done today. We'll be back tomorrow with a little bit more.